Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Young Royals. Basically, my takeaways from it, what I really loved about it, my thoughts. It's gonna have spoilers in it, so if you haven't seen it already, go watch it. But all I'm gonna say to pitch this to you is that I really, really, really care about this show. It's now my second favorite show. It's great LGBTQ plus representation. It's really great writing, great characters. It's really realistic representation of teenagers in a really interesting way, and it deals with struggles of like the royal monarchy, while still being really relatable to everyone else who is, like most of us, are not in that situation. But anyways, what is on the screen right now is a little speed drawing of my digital drawing of Wilhelm and Simon from Young Royals. And yeah, I basically traced it for the most part, but I resized the proportions and things to make it more like cartoonish. It's not really cartoonish, just like more my style basically. Anyways, that is what is playing on the screen, and I might talk about it in between this little review. But okay, so the things I'm going to be talking about are based around this review that I actually wrote a couple days after I watched it. So I wrote this review from the 6th of July to the 14th of July this year, so a few months ago. So some of my thoughts may have changed, and I'll just add those in as I go. So, how I discovered Young Royals was from a Heartstopper fan page. If you guys know Heartstopper by Alice Osman. So it is at Heartstopper Memes on Instagram. I will link their account down below. So he was comparing the relation of Wilhelm and Simon to Nick and Charlie's relationship on his account, showing pictures, and I was like, oh, that looks cute. So I decided to check it out, and after the first episode, I was so invested. So in the span of 2 days, the first 2 days, I already watched the series twice through. So let's explain what is going on here. The first time I watched it, I actually watched it in English, and I watch things in different languages, like anime and things like that, but I just decided to watch it in English because sometimes I feel like when I can't understand what they are saying, the words don't connect to the emotion as much for me. But I really recommend both English and Swedish. I love them both equally, and the English version is done by the same voice actors as the Swedish one, so it's the same. Like, the only thing is the lips don't move up. They don't, the lips aren't in sync very well, but the emotion and all that really still comes through in the same effect, as it is the same person doing the voice. Anyways, so I I have never done this with any other show where I have watched it again straight after I watched it for the first time. So that is how much I absolutely love Young Royals. Okay, there is not enough good things I can say about this show. The acting is so good. Okay, every action, every facial expression is just on point. Every character is so believable and genuine, and they all have reasons to be sympathized with. Even the characters you hate, there's a little bit of you that still has a connection with them. One thing that really confused me, oh yeah, by the way, so as I said, I watched it twice through in the first 2 days, but the second time I watched it in Swedish. I didn't finish the series in one day because I loved it so much. I like to drag things on when I really like them. So I watched, I think, all except for 2 episodes, and then I watched those in the morning, and then I started to rewatch at night again. So yeah. Okay, one thing that confused me was that the fact one character was speaking English when everyone else was speaking Swedish, and this character, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look up her name real quick because it's probably a good thing to know. Madison is her name. Okay, yeah, so Madison, she speaks English when everyone else speaks Swedish, and I found that really odd because it was actually quite distracting to hear. Just like, I understand if she like can't speak Swedish, but then in the same conversation, like having characters reply in Swedish, I found really quite strange. But, you know, I understand now that most people in Sweden can speak English, and that Madison is meant to be like a kind of international student. It's not a big deal now that I've actually watched Young Royals several times over and over. It doesn't really bother me anymore. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the way that Young Royals comments on the effect of the class system. I feel like it really accurately reflects the world that we live in today, and you know, with the implementation of technology and social media, it doesn't glorify, it doesn't over dramatize, it is all so real, and I feel the emotions of every character really very deeply. The impact of like emotional scenes, they just get stronger and stronger actually the more that I rewatch them. I've probably watched the series like fully through about 4 or 5 times. Each scene, the emotion doesn't fade away each time I watch it. It's still so strong every single time. So that is something I love. My favorite aspect of Young Royals is, of course, the relationship between Simon and Wilhelm. the development of their relationship was quick, as there is only 6 episodes. But it just felt so organic, and I was really, that was the draw, and it kept me hooked and eager to keep watching each episode. Like at the end of each episode, I really wanted to get on to the next one. I found myself smiling more and more after each development in their relationship. Each scene of them together was just so engaging and captivating, whether it was happy scene or sad scene. I really resonated with every single feeling, and ultimately I just felt really invested in their relationship and just not able to stop watching until they were on good terms again. So like, if there was something bad that happened, I couldn't stop watching there. I had to go on. I believe that the two characters love each other very much. We see the struggle that Wilhelm deals with when having to choose between Simon and his family. And I think that he really wants to choose Simon. He doesn't care for the monarchy. Maybe if Eric hadn't died, things would have turned out differently. In the final scene of the series, basically, Wilhelm tells Simon that he loves him. It's a small, it really would be a small gesture in real life, but I think that this is profoundly significant, this line, because I feel it gives the audience a sense of closure. We now know exactly how Wilhelm feels about Simon. I know it seems like a little bit of a cliffhanger, but after thinking about it for a while, I really believe this line gave good resolution, because more importantly, Simon knows that how Wilhelm feels about him. Wilhelm's prior actions don't matter anymore, because in the end he genuinely loves Simon and is truly sorry for his actions of being swayed by his mother and, telling the press that it wasn't him in the video. So him saying "I love you" really gave the audience a sense of hope that they will find their way back to each other. So after finishing the show, I looked up some TikToks about it. I found a lot of people were concerned about the show being cancelled, and after thinking about the track record that Netflix has for cancelling many of its originals, and like hidden gems, I was actually also concerned about this. But after seeing the positive reception that this show has received, I think I have enough faith that it will be able to get a second season. In watching TikTok interviews about young royals, it has been compared to the book Red, White and Royal Blue, and the series Scam and Elite, all of which I was considering to watch and read. So at the time of writing the review, that's what I said. Now I have read Red, White and Royal Blue, and I really love it. it has like, it's really comparable, but it's also a completely different mood to Young Royals, but I enjoy them both really a lot. So yeah, I've also looked into the actors of Young Royals a lot. I've been constantly listening to Omar's music, who acts as Simon, and my favourites at the time of writing the review were Dum and Pamin Telefon Toda la Noche, and of course his new covers of his EP with the songs from Young Royals. But I love every song from him. I'm amazed at how multi-talented he is actually. His singing, his acting, his dancing, they're just immaculate. Since writing this review, I've also gotten really into Foendo, his old boy band. It's my new obsession, actually. So I've been watching all the interviews and edits of Young Royals that I can find, and I don't feel this anymore, but at the time of writing the review, every time I saw Edvin's face, who plays Wilhelm, I just wanted to cry, because I would recall the emotion that Wilhelm had on his face. Anyways, in conclusion, I cannot get this show out of my mind. I said this in July. It's now September. Like more than 2 months later. I was thinking about it constantly. Still am. I just want everyone else to watch it and appreciate it, so we can get a second season. And Netflix Nordic on Instagram, my new bestie, love them so much. And I don't think I would be able to cope if this show got cancelled. So yeah, it's my second favourite show. It beat out Voltron, Legendary Defender, and Degrassi The Next Generation. I know they seem like really random combination of favourite shows. The only show that bets Young Royals is Young Justice. I know, really random, but it's because I care about characters. This is the reason I love all the shows I love, because of the highly developed characters and deep connection I have with them, and Young Royals just does this so well. So I'm gonna let myself absorb as much Young Royals content as I want, because I don't know how to move on. I'm so in love with this show. So that was the whole thing. That was my review. Basically reading off my review, but also adding in a bunch more, because I love everything about the show and the actors, everything. So yeah, I hope you guys like my little drawing. Yeah, comment down below what you think, comment any recommendations. I'm going to do a video, I don't know when it will be, but I'm going to do a video where I just dress like Omar Rodberg, who plays Simon. I'm going to be dressing like him for an entire week. Also, I kinda been trying to learn Swedish because of this show as well. Anyways, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this and a lot of other random stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.